guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 24th of February, going through until Sunday the 1st of March 2020. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. This weekly horoscope is for all signs of the zodiac. What I do is I look at each day and I go through each day and I see what relationships the planets form with one another, what energy that creates, and how that's going to impact us here down on planet Earth. So I've made some notes. The main themes that I picked up on during the week, it's very much about the personal world versus the external world. But as weeks go, it's really an easy kind of light week, despite the Mercury retrograde. It's like a personal spa week, really, because the energy is about you and relaxing and looking within. Like on Sunday, the 23rd of February, there was a new moon in Pisces, and that is really the most intimate new moon of the year. I made a separate video on that. Have a look, because the energy doesn't just last on the 23rd. You know, the moon builds up, it waxes, and then it wanes away. So even on the 24th of February, we're going to feel this. And this new moon was about looking at yourself and the habits and the addictions and the feelings and the faulty beliefs that you've picked up along the way, which really hold you back. So with that as your background, on Monday, the 24th of February, you go into the week with the sun in Pisces, and it forms a sextile, a harmonious relationship to the warrior planet, Mars, which is in Capricorn. So that's the soldier, that's the sense of I want to work, I want to get ahead. The moon in Pisces, very intuitive, very sensitive to kind of other vibrations and the other side. It's about seeing both sides and kind of having one foot here and one foot on the other side and being able to look at both at the same time. So there's a spiritual opening there, because the moon in Pisces conjuncts Neptune, the planet of dreams, imagination, and intuition. It also conjuncts Jupiter, the lucky planet, and Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, all of them being in Capricorn. So Monday the 24th, everything is still focused inwards, and it gives you this amazing personal insight. It's a great day to be ambitious and to dream big as a result of letting go of negative thoughts and things that have held you back. So for instance, someone said to you when you were growing up that you weren't a good reader, and whenever you read in front of people, after that you were very self-conscious and you thought that you'd come across very badly. In reality, people think for example, your voice is beautiful and enchanting, and they just sit there and listen to you. And some people will say, oh, I wish I could speak like that person. So when you get rid of that kind of faulty thinking that holds you back, and that's what this new moon allows you to do, it kind of brings up all of the dark stuff and you're able to go and just blow it all off and have a fresh start. I was thinking about this because personal insight is great and personal knowledge is great. And I mean, I know a little bit about this because I've been to therapy and I've been to AA and I do meditate, and I still find that looking at myself and accepting myself as I am, it's a challenge at times, and it's an emotional time for all of us. The sun is in Pisces, there's water everywhere. I mean, I said it's a personal spa week. The spa usually also has a pool and a jacuzzi and a steam room and all of those sorts of things. So we are being confronted with ourselves. So be brave, hang in there. I'm hanging in there with you. Like for instance, I always think, you know, knowledge is great, but does it solve anything? Like, I know that I have alcoholism. that in itself doesn't solve anything. It's a good thing that I'm not in denial, but you have to take certain steps and actions so that you can deal with it. If there's something about yourself that you don't like, you can either accept it. You've got a few options. You can either accept it if you can't do anything about it, if you were born with it, or if it's part of who you are, or you can ask for the courage to change it if it's changeable, and then ask for the wisdom to know the difference. It's the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So when you have the wisdom to know the difference, Mars supports you in getting what you want on this day. So you may get rid of all of these negative things and suddenly you're like, oh, I know what'll make me happy, getting a little dog. And you decide to get a dog. I know it's Mercury retrograde and you may think, what am I doing here? But Mars really says, these are your feelings, please honor them and let's do something about them. So on Monday, please ask yourself what makes you happy. You've been working really hard on yourself. You've looked within. You've tried your best. You have been there and you're doing your best at working with what you've been given. Some people are born and they lament the fact that, oh, I wish I had been born a model. I could have had this amazing life. But you weren't born a model. You were born the way you were, and unfortunately, the gift isn't as obvious as good looks. It's hidden, so you have to work to find what your gift is. So don't compare yourself and see what you are and what your talent is, because everyone has been given a gift and a talent, and doing that kind of work is hard and it takes strength of character. So Monday is the day to treat yourself, be happy, enjoy yourself, and by doing something like that, you may get lucky in any area of your life. So you may go to the spa and you may run into an old friend, or you may see something that you never saw and then you go afterwards and it's like your favorite place for the rest of your life. Or you meet a romantic or business connection in the spa. It could be the opportunities and possibilities are endless. On Tuesday, the 25th of February, the moon goes out of Pisces and it moves into Aries at 6:48 in the afternoon. The sun is still in Pisces. That's conjunct, so it sits right on top of Mercury in Pisces, the communication planet, which is retrograde. It seems to be going backwards at the moment. The Aries moon then sits right on top of the asteroid Chiron, also in Aries. And finally, the communication planet Mercury in Pisces forms a harmonious relationship with Mars in Capricorn. So they're all off in pairs today. The Sun and Mercury, the Moon and Chiron, Mercury and Mars, all doing their little couples thing. So immediately couples comes up as a theme. And what I've noted here for the Tuesday, and what I think this kind of mix of ingredients is going to create energy-wise, is when it comes to communication, you may get the wrong end of the stick. So you may misunderstand something, especially when the conversation deals with feelings or with emotions, or you're talking about another person and you mean to represent them a certain way and the other person totally misconstrues it. If possible, focus on what you can do by yourself today in a practical sense, rather than concerning yourself too much with other people and other people's business. Like for instance, I live in a flat. There are 3 stories on it, and this morning on Sunday, a couple underneath me, the walls were, banging and shouting and da-da. And I mean, I lived here 3 years and then I went away for a year and then I came back, and this is a couple who argues, and there's never any real danger. and other people overhear it. It's not the best, but they settle down and they go back to normal. It's part of life. But now we've got this other guy who immediately called the police, and now it's going to be all tense and weird, you know? So it's like overreacting to something which you don't really know about. So try not to stick your nose into other people's stuff too much. Especially if it is none of your business, then, you know, don't get yourself in sticky situations that you don't need to. Don't make problems for yourself where there don't need to be any. On Wednesday, the 26th of February, Mercury in Pisces, Mercury still retrograde, remember? So the way you think, and with it being in Pisces, the way you feel, and the way you feel about thinking, and the way you think about feeling, that's all topsy-turvy and kind of upside down. Mercury forms a harmonious sextile with Mars and Capricorn, so Mars gives it some, it's all right, I will carry you and I will work with you, I will carry this sense of discomfort. And the Moon in Aries squares Mars and Capricorn, so they're at odds with one another, saying, Mars is saying work, 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 and the Moon in Aries is saying let's go, let's move forward, let's just do it already. So, whoa, horsey, okay, on Wednesday, cool your heels, seriously. Don't let your feelings cloud your judgment, and do not rush into anything before knowing exactly what you're signing up for. I have done these weekly horoscopes for a while now, and I don't usually pull you guys up and say this is a warning day. But Wednesday is, I do really want to warn you, it's Mercury retrograde at its strongest, at its peak, where you buy the house and you sell the contract, and then you read something disgraceful in the contract, but you've already signed and you've already bought the thing, so no one ever is going to buy it off you unless you trick them the way you were tricked. And it's just, Mercury retrograde is about miscommunication, seeing things differently and having to do things differently because things don't work. So certain emails don't get delivered, and you tell someone to do something and they come back with the wrong ingredients altogether, or the car breaks down. It's a pain in the backside. It's communication and transport just being affected, and it happens 3 to 4 times a year. So it's a good thing sometimes because it allows us to change our perspective. But here on Wednesday the 26th, no. A lot of people are going to experience buyer's remorse on Wednesday the 26th. Don't commit to anything that is going to be part of your future for a long time. On the other hand, if you have booked this as the day to get married and the decision was made a year ago, then that's fine. But it's about doing something impulsive today. Start saying, oh, I know she's got these issues, but yeah, she can move in with me. She's got nowhere else to stay. 6 months later, she's still on your couch. That kind of thing. Thursday, the 27th of February, we've got the Moon in Aries. So the Moon in Aries I like because it's very much about, I feel comfortable with being my own advocate and moving ahead in life. Very much get on and do it. Get on and go with it. That conjuncts Venus in Aries, and Venus, the planet of love and beauty, Aphrodite in Aries, she says, I want, where's my love? Love, more love, please. I want more love. Where is the love? And the Moon squares Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. Jupiter is good luck. Boiled into one word, really. It's a bit more than that, but at its very core, Jupiter is good luck, Pluto is transformation, and Saturn is rigidity. They're all in the worker sign of Capricorn. So Thursday, the road suddenly becomes completely clear for you, and it's there's an opportunity today to do things completely differently, and for forbidden love to come out, and for that to be accepted even though the odds were completely against it. When I was writing up the horoscope, I was like, okay, Wednesday is everything that we know about Mercury retrograde and everything that's annoying, you know, like the plane having to be de-iced and you miss your connecting flight and all that stuff. But Thursday is the kind of day is why we need Mercury retrograde, because it allows us to be brave or to do things differently or to say things differently, or we do say the wrong thing by mistake, but it's a good thing in the end. So for instance, let's say you're a young gay Muslim, okay, and you've got this boyfriend and you are totally in love and you know you're going to get married, and you propose to him and you're so happy about it, and you go home to the family and stuff, and you're really worried that they're not going to accept you, because you know they're not really super religious, but you don't really know how they'll react. That kind of thing, like where you think your loved ones would react one way and reject you, or they would be really upset with you. Those things are totally topsy-turvy. So instead of being rejected, if you came out and said, oh, by the way, me and my fiance, whoops, my fiance is a guy, you can really be happy and accepted today. And instead of all of the negative things you expect from other people are going to be completely turned around. So use this to your advantage. And if you do have a secret that you need to share, like if you did do something horrible as a child and it's been a family secret for 20 years and it's not come out and it's had impacts on several lives, think about whether it's worth bringing it up again, whether it's going to have any healing effect or whether it's just going to hurt people more. If it hurts people more, forget it. This is about love or something that's hidden or been forgotten or some sort of error in love that happened. This is the day for it to be corrected. And it's the day for people to stand in their power and say, we're together, we're in love, and we have the strength to come out. Whether you're a straight couple or a gay couple or whatever, it's saying to the world, this is not a mistake. The two of us are together, or this is what I belong to. Yes, this is what I've created. This is my sculpture. This is my work that I'm responsible for. Or this is the community that I choose to join. And you tell other communities that you're part of about that, and you think they're going to be really negative, you'll be surprised. So use this day for surprises. You'll have exuberance, joy, and you'll overcome the objections of others simply by being so in your power and loving what you've got and where you're at. So for most of us who aren't going to have these life-changing events, some people really have these amazing life-changing things happen. It's a beautiful, exceptional day. For most of us, it's going to be inspiring and we'll have lots of energy and there'll be a sense of joy. So you may have doubts about this because it is Mercury retrograde, and yes, we do have to do things differently, but what I'm looking at and seeing really clearly is that Wednesday is stop, hold it, and Thursday is now it's time to go. On Friday, the 28th of February, we have the moon going into Taurus at 7:30 in the morning. So the moon in Taurus is practical, it's comfortable, it likes nice things, it likes luxuries, it likes spas. The Taurus moon conjunct Uranus and Taurus, so it's sitting on top of the planet of energy and the miraculous and the unexpected. It forms a harmonious trine with Mars, the planet of ambition, in the sign of the worker Capricorn. And it forms a harmonious relationship with the communication planet Mercury, which is in Pisces. Venus, Aphrodite, love, is in Aries, the ram, and that squares Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, and they're at odds with one another. So the Taurus moon and Uranus and Taurus is, yes, I accept change and it's all good. Mars and Capricorn, and Mercury is, let's think about this, what we're going to implement. So again, it's couples going off together. Friday the 28th is another really positive day that allows you to have the energy and presence of mind to deal with all of the things that you need to stay on top of, whether it's bills or work or the cooking and the career and the enrollment, for university, whatever it is, you can deal with everything that's on your plate. So if you need to get a lot done, Friday is a great day to get things done. Sometimes, some days, time is just on your side and things are done much quicker than other days. Friday is one of those streamlined days. So when you run errands, they're done much quicker. If you have a side project or a hobby or a passion that's been inside you for years and years and years, and it keeps popping into your mind, make that a reality for yourself today. So Thursday was about coming out and making the love a reality. Friday now is about doing something practical and making that a reality, and coming out as a train spotter, for instance, or coming out as a stock market gambler. You just love the thrill of selling and trading, whatever it may be. And if you have had a passion for it, you know, like I've always wanted to have bees. I don't know why. I've always had this thing with bees. I know they won't sting me, and if I ever end up in a little cottage with a garden somewhere, then I would have bees, because I just love the whole, the hive concept mind. I just love that. It's the best. Bees are just the most fascinating thing, because planet duality, they, you know, good and bad, left and right, married, not married, we always have opposites. And the bees, they don't quite fit. They're like a spiritual thing unto themselves. I need to make a separate videos going on. Yeah. So if you have a dream like that, make it a reality on Friday. It's a really good day to come out with that kind of thing. Saturday, the 29th of February, we have a 29th of February. It's a leap year, so we only have a 29th of February once every 4 years. So the people who are born on this day, I always find them really special, because when do they celebrate their birthday? On the 28th or on the 1st? So this is a leap year, and it's a year it's a day that you get once every 4 years. Doesn't mean that it's like superb or lucky or whatever, but this one really is, because we have the moon in Taurus, very practical and grounded, sextiling, so being in harmony with the imagination planet Neptune, and it forms a harmonious relationship with Jupiter, the lucky planet, in Capricorn, the sign of the worker. So on Saturday, the 29th, all you need to do is dream it, feel it, and be it. As the week goes on, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and you can break through and become what it is you want to be. So that little statement could really be the summary for the week. Finally, on Sunday, the 1st of March, the moon moves into Gemini at 7:22 in the evening. The moon in Gemini is about communication. It's light, it skips around, it likes to discuss things and chat and listen and understand and find new ways of doing things. So it also, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet that is retrograde at the moment. So with the moon going into Gemini, you may get a little bit confused, or again, you may get the wrong end of the stick. The Gemini moon squares its ruler, Mercury, which is in Aries, in retrograde, and it sextiles Chiron, the asteroid known as the wounded healer, also in Aries. So you may feel like things are a bit fuzzy and things have got somewhat muddled. So it's similar to Tuesday, as there's great potential again to misinterpret someone else's feelings and to speak without thinking and really wounding that other person. We've all been in a situation where we've got great affection and love for someone, but we've said something in passing. I remember I was at my friend Kerry's wedding, and it was amazing. I went down to South Africa, and she flew me down there because I was her good friend. She definitely wanted me to speak at her wedding, and I did. And before the wedding, it was very unconventional and, you know, not very organized and everything. And it was super hot, and we're sitting outside, and we're eating something or drinking something. And I'm sitting there with all of her family, all of her friends, all of her acquaintances. And they're all moaning and bitching about, oh, it's so hot, and why wasn't this organized, and why? And I said, yeah, why weren't there at least chairs for us to sit on? And Kerry walked in, like in a pre-wedding thing. She needed something from her mum or something, and she overheard me, and she went back in, and I was like, oh, so I've ruined that now, you know? Like, I felt so bad because I didn't care about the chairs, really. I was just chit-chatting and agreeing with, well, I'm not making excuses for myself, but I genuinely, so much affection and care can so easily just go kaput because of something stupid like that. So sometimes you've got to be careful with what you say. Even if you think it's the truth and it's honest and they have a right to know, sometimes you can really wound people. You know, if you don't love someone, you don't need to prove it to them. Just let them, you know, keep your distance and let them think, oh, maybe. It's better maybe, and they have some hope, than proving to them definitely that I will never love you. No. So, this is day really to be careful about what comes out of your mouth, and this is the day to make the blueprint of the new kind of hobby, the new kind of desire, the kind of breakthrough that you've experienced on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Instead of now going back into the world of feelings and misinterpreting all of that anyway, like you had on the 23rd with the new moon, real great insight, and that's positive. And on Monday, which is positive, and being able to blow these faulty beliefs away, that's actually positive. But here at the end of the week, it becomes foggy again, and instead of moving forward now, you become like a bit confused. So instead of listening to other people again, which is where the confusion is going to come from, continue to focus on this blueprint that you've built for yourself with the week, in the sense of what you've manifested into reality. This was my dream, this is what I wanted, and I've put steps A, B, and C into place. So I bought the tickets, we're going on the 24th, and then we're going to build the house. And it's in place. And keep focusing on the plan. Don't be deterred by emotional things coming up. At the end of Sunday, the 1st of March, what you're going to be bothered with is whether you were productive or not. And if you got things done that you wanted to get done, perfect. So that's what I got for you this week, Monday the 24th to Sunday the 1st of March. I hope you have a wonderful week. Like I said, this reading is for all signs of the zodiac and everyone who watches. But I can also do a personal reading for you where I draw up your birth chart. For that, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a rectification with me. It's called a chart rectification. It's a process where you send me 10 or more life events, and I can work out the time of birth. It's important because it makes your chart accurate. Once I have the chart, I have a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and I can read that like I can read tarot cards. And it tells me what your life purpose is, what you're supposed to do work-wise, what's destined with love and romance and money and fame and moving, and what choice you have within all of that. Because it sits in between what is written and what you manifest, and the astrology and tarot, intuition, all of this energy is in the middle, and it's the space where you get to choose what to accept and what to really to devote your energy to make something wonderful out of it. So if you are interested in a personal reading with me, then get in touch via the website. It's gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please hit the subscribe button and share the video online. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you soon.